Okay, I went to Harbor Freight yesterday. I'm gonna chain this loader down. The other one I'd put 4 straps on and been fine, but this heavy enough loader I want to chain. I used to chain the other one once in a while, but I only had 2 boomers and 2 old chains. Well, this one would be easier just to do all 4 corners. So I got 2 big trucker binders, which are a lot longer handle than this. They're huge. I'll have to show you. Sometimes they're 4 times a boom binder as this one. But so I bought 2 of those, and then I bought 2 chains that are 20 foot long. They were $49.99 normally. I got them with the member for $39. So I just took 2 20-foot chains and cut them in half. So I got 4 10-foot chains now, which is enough. So I got 4 of these, and we'll put in the end. I just cut them with the grinder. So I have 4 10-foot chains, and that'll be enough to do 4 corners. No need in having 20 foot of chain when you don't need it, but yeah, there's what I got. Trucker chain, grade 70. So I'm gonna put these hooks on it. We're gonna load it back up. I shouldn't have unloaded it last night, but I hate to leave all the weight on the trailer overnight. Probably not a huge deal, but I try not to. If I'd have remembered I was doing a dirt work job that we looked at, them berms that I gotta move them dirt berms forward 20 feet and make an S out of them. They're in a line now. They put them up there with a paddle scraper. Can't remember if I posted that on YouTube the other day or not, but we're gonna go down south and start on that. It'll take a day and a half, so we're gonna get started this afternoon and get to shoving some dirt and hope all goes well, and I'll get some video of that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get these hooks put on, grease the machine. I only put about 3-4 hours on it, but I'm going to grease it, put a couple pumps in it, and I guess we will go from there. Okay, so the city come in here and put a water line about 8 feet deep, and they built it up a little higher than he liked. So I'm gonna come in here. I don't know if you can tell, there's a little trough right here. Tapers down. He wants that cut out and keep the taper to the road, and then he wants me to take all that down 6-8 inches tapered to the road, and the same thing behind me on the driveway on the other side. Hard to see in video, so I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting away on this and see what we get into here. Okay, so I'm getting started here. He said he wants to take it down, like I said, he wants to take it down quite a bit. I'm just, like I said, made a couple passes in here trying to get the angle right, but I'd say I'm taking it down 8 inches or so. I'm pumping the ground pretty hard, and it's been really dry, so I don't know. He's got stakes going up there. He's got a well up there, so no city water, but some reason right through here I'm working it over pretty hard. So I'm going to keep after it here and get this all cleaned up. I wanted to get my first pass done the way I wanted it, and then I'll just move over half to 3/4 of a bucket and keep that same grade there. So definitely was quite a bit high here. So okay, keep after it. It can take me sometimes a little while to come up with my answers. I said I didn't know why it was wet through there. He's probably got sprinkler systems the way it looks, but I know he said don't worry about my yard. I'm gonna have to redo a lot of it on back, so if you need to back up in the yard, don't worry about it. So I did. I tried to be, courteous. I always try to be, but I did back up maybe 8 or 10 feet in it at the most. Okay, I took about 40 scoops out of here, and that I'd say averaging about 2,000 pounds, so a ton of scoops. So I took 40 ton, so about 2 semi loads out of here. It's hard to believe it's all over there. I built that whole corner up, and I gotta, where the skid loader's sat, and I gotta do it too, but it ain't gonna take near as much. But it's turning out okay, I think. And I don't know where his property line is, if it's right over there or right here. I'm guessing over there. I guess he didn't really clarify that, so I kind of trying to feather this in here, but he might want me to go on over, which would be another freaking probably 6 to 8 scoops there. But he just wanted the water to come down and run in this channel mainly and taper all this in, and so I try to keep that channel. Like I said, I'm not real good on joysticks yet. If I had the Bobcat, I'd be a lot more efficient, but you got to start somewhere. But I do got the little bit of dish right there like he wanted. And it's this, like I said, I think he's been watering so much, I keep spinning around, and I got to clean up the curb here, get all that cleaned up, the edge. I'm not done, obviously, but I just wanted to get a quick video where I was at and where I was, where I was standing with that, I guess. So I do like this. I think you could run it 8 or 10 hours and be about like 4 hours in an open cab, fatigue wise. I am enjoying the radio and just kind of going with the flow. So I'm gonna keep after it here and I'll get back with you guys. Okay, man, I think it's got a good seal on it there, wouldn't shut. So I moved all this dirt in here. It's right there, built that up. Gonna taper all this in. I think I moved 60 scoops, so you know you're talking about 60 ton of dirt just in this little area, but I think I got her pretty good. Got the taper he wants down to the curb. Kept the dish right here he wanted. This side of the road. Kept the dish on that side. And then I did talk to him. He come down here. I asked him, and he did have the property to the edge of that grass. So I said, would you want me to take that out? And he's like, well, if it ain't too big a deal, if we could go back a little farther. I was like, no, you're the boss. I work for you. When I'm on a job, I want to make sure the customer's happy. So I said, that's, you know, I'll do it. He said, okay, well, if it ain't too big a deal. I was like, nope. Like I said, you're paying me. I work for you. So I took it back up to the edge of that property line. I think it turned out pretty good for being a new guy on a joystick machine. I could have probably done a little better with the Bobcat, but I gotta start somewhere with this one, so I can't just always take the Bobcat in my back pocket, and I'd have to make 2 trips with the trailer I got. So I think that turned out pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and smooth this up, then we're gonna go down to the other end, fix where the water's cutting in about a foot trench. I'm gonna flatten the bottom, like I said, taper the edges, do that. Then I'm gonna start moving some serious dirt on them beauty berms up there on the house. So we'll get back with you guys. Okay guys, he said there's a little water holding at the end of the culvert here he didn't like. So I put about 2 inches in here. I didn't want to put too much material in here, fill dirt. I was saying a chance of up to 2 inches for us starting, I think, Tuesday through the weekend. So depending how fast it comes. So I'm packing this in here, what I put in here. I don't want it to plug up his tube. His tube ain't very big. It's like maybe a 7 or 8 inch. And I plug with rock. But so I'm just packing in, about done. On the other side, I didn't get a video. I just kind of bucket width down, like a 2 inches, but a big bucket width wide, and then I tapered the edges of bucket width on each side. So I went 3 buckets, 1 flat in the bottom where the trench was, and then 1 up left side, 1 up the right side. So I think I'm done here with this. Now I'm gonna go start moving some dirt. I just don't want to get a big rain, and like I said, all this dirt washed through here. I don't know where it all comes from. He's getting a little bit from that way, but there's only about 20 yards it's catching there. It's not catching that much. That's probably why they put that little tube. Obviously it wasn't catching too much, or they'd have put a bigger tube, unless whoever did it didn't know what they were doing. And I went back and redid a lot of things over the last few years that people didn't know what they were doing, but they sold the people on it, and I come back and had to fix it right. So, but yeah, so there shouldn't be a lot of water flow there from what I can tell. We'll go up here and start moving some dirt. I'll get a video once we get going here, but just start on this line of dirt here and make a beauty berm out of it. Okay guys, I've been on this maybe about an hour. Still running the contour of the drive. I'm just roughing it in. But this thing, if you can get some traction and some good, you know, not wet dirt but not dry dirt, this thing will push like crazy. I'm impressed with it on these circumstances, but like I said, I've done all this in about an hour, moved most of this berm around, and obviously I got a long ways to go. We're just roughing it in, but you can tell the berm was right out here. That's the edge there. I haven't shaved none of that up yet, but I'm gonna keep working at it here and get ready to get up on top here for long. Start to run the top of it here, but I'm gonna do a little more shaping on the front side here first. Okay, I put about another 2 hours into it. He wanted it about 20 feet from the drive, and I'm about 15. I put it about 30. Figured 10 foot of taper would be enough, but it was still too steep. So I went another 5. So I put in about 15. I'm gonna talk to him about it and see what he thinks. And he's coming out. We'll go from there. Turned out pretty good. Still got a little fine stuff to do, but overall it's coming together. I might start in on the other one and probably call it quits in an hour or two and try to get finished up with the other 2 tomorrow. She does burn some fuel, but she moves a lot more than my other loader did. I mean, it would burn about 10 or so gallon a day. This has almost burned 25, and I haven't been working it real hard. Running wide open throttle, but a lot of, feathering in and just touching up, but it's still burning some fuel. So, but it's probably pretty good if you do the, what you're moving per gallon compared to the other one. So I'm gonna talk with him and I'll get back with you. Okay, talk with the owner. We're gonna leave about 15-20 feet in between this one and that one. We're gonna wrap around with the drive a little bit, and then it's gonna be an S. The corner of the house, it's gonna be about probably 40 feet from the end of the house, but right in line with the face of it. And it'll come this way and then follow the drive. So it's gonna be an S pretty much. But I guess we won't have the hooks on the S. So it's gonna start as a horseshoe and then go back. So kind of like an S, if you can bear with me there, and if not, I'm sorry. But you'll see when I get done. So I was gonna beauty this one out and finish the touches, but he thinks we have more dirt there than we're gonna need, way more. So whatever we have left, I'm gonna taper out of the back because it's a little steep. But he said he's got a pretty good 0-turn mower, not worried about it. But if we have leftover dirt, we might as well use it up here. So I hate to spend all the, an hour and a half beautying it up and then have to tear back into it. So we're gonna tear into this one and whatever's left put on this one, get that done, and then tomorrow I'm gonna bring a dump truck and probably use some more dirt on the one behind the house where the in-ground pool is, and we'll get it knocked out. Okay guys, I've been on this one about an hour. Took about half that dirt pile there so far. Get that gradual, like I said, follow the drive here with the curve, and then he said make it hook back north just a little bit. So getting it. One thing about this loader, I mean, I run a Bobcat and I steer with both hands, but my left arm has been hurting for the last 2-3 hours. I almost have to stop for a minute. It's cramping, and people call me a baby or whatever, but like I said, I mean, I don't feel like it steers that hard compared to the T595 Bobcat I ran. It's way easier, but my arm's been hurting for the last couple hours, and I ain't getting that old Bobcat of ours and run it, all day, every day, and never hurt. So maybe I'm using muscles in my left arm I'm not used to, but that's my only complaint at the moment. So I'm gonna, and I've ran it, I'll have to figure how many hours, but I filled it this afternoon, and I'd say the first 3 hours was easy work, and there's probably been 3 hours of hard work. But I can't believe it's almost went through 25 gallon of fuel already. That's my only other complaint, but oh, it's been a day. I'm about ready to call it quits for the day. I've been throwing around in here enough. Like I said, it rides pretty good, but anybody that's ran a skid loader knows it's gonna throw you around a certain amount no matter what. I've been throwing around enough for today, so I will get back with you and get a video when I get out here and try to upload them this evening. So we will go from there. Okay, I'm done for the evening. That took about 30 minutes to make that pile. Goes all the way back. Obviously you can see where it stopped there. Sheared it off a little bit at a time. I kind of come in from the side of it for a little bit, sheared it off from the end, but I don't know, if I was guessing, there's probably 50-60 ton there. But that's pretty hard dirt for a while with that clay. So I think I'm gonna leave off with that. Tomorrow I will put some of that dirt I just dug up on this berm, and then some on the back berm by the in-ground pulley one. So got quite a bit done today. I think I started about 11:45 and it's about 6:15. So here comes the boss man right there, looks like, coming in the driveway. So that's his wife. So I guess we will holler back at you.